Johnny and I are going cruising in the Tesla, that's right. I think we're gonna go see how many Model 3s there might be up at the Tesla sales office in Raleigh in the service center area up there, go for a little drive. Yesterday, you might remember that we bought these pouches at Guardian Angel that were pretty cool, and Johnny wanted to bring some of his Hot Wheels with him in the car so he could tinker, and the bag's gonna work out perfect for that application. I told you he'd like this green one. Yep. So the other day I said that we had upgraded to 2018.24.1, and that is the new feature that adds a speed limit mode where you can set a maximum speed limit for the car. For example, if I were going to ever let Johnny drive it, I could make sure that it couldn't go above a certain speed. So I just thought I'd check it out here on the screen. It's under settings and safety and security, and it's currently set to off, but I'm going to put it to on, and it wants a pin. So before you put in the pin, adjust the speed limit, because it sets it as soon as you put the pin in to whatever speed limit you have set. So I've entered my pin. You have to enter it to turn it on, and then you have to enter it again to turn it off. And let's just see what this does. Normally, you know, obviously I am not a chill person, and I am not a lower the speed limit person, even though I don't speed, but I thought it would just be worthwhile seeing what this feature does and understanding it in case I ever do want to engage it. So now that I've engaged speed limit mode with the max of 55 miles an hour, it's also indicating that I'm in chill mode. So not only is my maximum speed restricted, but also my ability to fast accelerate is restricted. So, boy, the sky is just gorgeous again today. Don and I thoroughly enjoyed that little clip that I had put in the video the other afternoon where this, I mean, it looked like this, the white puffy clouds, like a 3D effect. It was just pretty amazing what it looked like there. Yeah, I just gave the car. All right, so it is telling me limited to 55 miles an hour and flashing up there, telling me that I am trying to go over the speed that I set. And I have to say that when I gave it the accelerator a pretty firm push, that it also, the car basically went nowhere quick. It was definitely limiting my ability to rev her up.
So, as well as a message on the dashboard of the vehicle, we also get a notification from the Tesla app saying we've come within 3 miles of the speed limit set.
So, if your child is out with the car and they're trying to go too fast and you're home with your phone and have the Tesla app installed, you'll get notified right away that they're pushing the limits, I guess. It's a nice straight stretch of road again. I'm currently going 45. I have it set at a max of 55. I'm going to push down all the way. And as Johnny will attest, the car basically went nowhere. It's almost like I didn't even press the accelerator. It was so restricted. So I would say that this it works just like they designed it to. Now we're in a church parking lot. It's empty, and I want to turn it back off, obviously, because we're going to continue on our journey and I don't want to be restricted. And you can't turn it off while you're driving. Even if you have the pin, you'll notice that it's grayed out. So I'm going to pull over to the side here and come to a stop. And still can't do it. I put the car in park. And let's close the door screen. And so once the car is in park, you can go ahead and switch it back to off. Enter in your pin and it'll go back away. And you'll see that it's back off. And just, I'm gonna go ahead and bump this back up a little bit. I don't think you would really restrict, I mean, maybe if you were just few-way driving, you would restrict to 55, but surely if you were out on the interstate, that would be. Johnny has a really good point, and I agree. What did you say, Johnny?
I wish you could make it so it adjusted to the speed limit, assuming the road has a speed limit. So like, if like on certain roads it doesn't have a speed limit, then you're on your own and it doesn't limit you. But if it has a speed limit, it limits you. So like in Fuquay, speed limit's 35, and you can set it so you can't go above 35 by accident.
Right. This comes back to what I've said in the past about the speed assist here. You know, I always have said that I have mine set to 3 mile an hour over max. I think Don has his set to 5. You know, out on the interstate, you know, I tried to explain to Johnny as a new driver, 5 mile an hour's over in a 65 mile an hour zone is no big deal, right? That's probably not going to get you pulled for a ticket. Matter of fact, if you don't speed up a little bit, you could be dangerous and get run over by people coming pretty fast. But when you go through downtown Fuquay and the speed limit's 25, well, 28's too fast in downtown Fuquay. Matter of fact, I think the speed limit ought to be 15 through parts down there. But so that relative that offset from the speed limit, I really wished it was speed limit reflective. In other words, if I'm doing less than 45, I don't want to exceed it at all. I'm in the city and I shouldn't be speeding, right? But if I'm out on the interstate, maybe I would put 5 or 10 mile an hour over for you know, above 55 mile an hour. Same thing with this the speed limit mode. In the city, I don't want any offset at all, but you know, on the highway, I realized if you need to pass or you need to merge, maybe 5 or 10 mile an hour over is okay. Certainly speed limit mode is going to make sure that somebody, you know, you can keep somebody from trying to, even an adult, have your car go over, you know, 100 mile an hour and be joyriding in it when they shouldn't. You could, you know, even setting it at 70 or 80 would still let them speed up for merging and such, but not get into a dangerous type mode. So you see here where a speed assist is, that there's an I for information next to it. Johnny, can you click on the I for me, please, next to speed assist? And it pops up how that function works. Now go ahead and close that out for me, Johnny, and go back up to safety and security. And you notice how for speed limiting, there's no I. You know, I know there's a maximum and a minimum that you can set that to, and it probably explains that, you know, it puts on chill mode and that kind of thing. But the I is missing here, the additional information, without me having to go try to hunt it in the release notes or the user manual. So they really ought to add that I here so I can see the pop-up of how it works. So just to clarify that the setting is between 50 and 90 mile an hour. So it would not be good or could not be used for lower speeds in the city because it won't go down that low. Now when I first went to the release notes to pop this up, because I knew that's where it was, the screen was blank, and it was blank for about an awkward 5 seconds. And I know someone had posted on the Model X forum that their screen was blank, and I said, well, you know, the screen's not blank, and maybe try resetting the MCU, and there really are release notes there. And then so I think for that person, and then for me just now, it just was kind of slow to pop up the release notes. It's really not blank. There really are release notes with 2018.24.1, so I guess be patient, maybe upwards of 5 to 10 seconds to give that screen time to come up. I'm not sure why that screen is so much slower than some of the other screens. Traffic aware cruise control is handling this exit on ramp to go from US 1 to I-40 here really well. Slowed down to the appropriate speed and following the car in front of me, and we're good. So I guess this guy wanted to race me, but I'm not really interested, you know what I'm saying? All right, well, we're up here by the service side.
There's the first tree.
Yeah, there's a black one too.
Another one, white one. A lot of X's. Oh, and here's another blue free, and after that, a gray free. Oh, there's a couple more frees.
There's a bunch of threes on the other side. We'll catch them in just a minute. And I do mean, so it looks like sometimes when Tesla needs to move just one vehicle at a time, they've got this pickup truck and single trailer.
And here comes the threes.
Yeah, there's a lot of threes, so count them for us, Johnny.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Now this is an X, so don't count it.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23.
No, those are so we can fairly say that there are more than 20 new threes here for delivery. They're going to be busy this week. Busy, busy, busy.
Tesla boys are awesome. Congrats on your 5K a week protection milestone.
Congratulations, Tesla. You showed them what you can do and more. Awesome job on reaching your 5K a week production milestone on the Model 3 and shipping all those S's and X's at the same time too.
So with these threes, almost all of them are aero wheels. Guys, this is an iconic free thing. Out of all of them, there's only 1 or 2 actually that have regular wheels. One of them being the blue Model 3 I was videoed in front of. I think my point gets across from this footage.
So we're wishing you a happy 4th of July. This is a collage of fireworks shots I took back in 2012 at the Fuquay show and put together. Hope you all are enjoying your day, however you choose to do so. Well, Johnny noticed right away on this Redbox machine here at Harris Teeter that you can now return discs even if someone else is in the process of renting a movie. There's a little button over here. Way cool. All right, we admit it. Johnny and I are sampling our way through Harris Teeter. We did get what we came for though. Fresh corn on the cob to go with our hamburgers tonight. 77 miles today up to Tesla and back. That seems a little high, but I guess is what it was. We are going back out to the fireworks later on, but we're not going to take the yellow part of this down. Sure. There's a small blip between Shelby Springs and Greystone, Austin Brooks, and Fuquay. Well, we made it here through a torrential downpour.
Yeah, it was monsoon. We had to pull over and wait like 10 minutes for it to let up.
Yeah, but the van's got a good wash now.
Yeah, the van's cleaner now.
All that pollen from this spring that still was on the van, it's off.
Yeah, I think it blasted it off.
So we are here at the PNC Arena.
Yep.
And we are set up with a lot of other people here in the parking lot ready for the fireworks.
Yeah, we're out here with 70,000 of our closest friends.
Well, I don't know that there's 70,000 right here in the parking lot, but I'm sure in the vicinity, yes.
Well, that's what the city estimated they expected to show up.
Yeah, so we got about 15 minutes to go, I think, something like that. It's getting close, close. And hopefully it's going to be another good show.
It's very comfortable here. The rain, they actually had 2 thunder showers. They had one about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Then they had that one about 7 o'clock. So it is actually very cool out here. In fact, the breeze has blown a couple times, and I'm not saying I got chilly, that would be fair, but I definitely I'm not hot. So that's good, no bugs. You know, people are shooting off their little firecrackers and stuff. You know, it's people seem to be having a good time.
Yeah. Happy Happy 4th of July,
Yeah,
everybody.
Happy 4th of July. That's exactly right.
Johnny's over my shoulder over here. He is playing Geometry Dash with one of the kids in the car next to us.
Yep.
Hey, this is Don from Raleigh, thanking Tesla, Elon, and the entire team from 5,000 Model 3s.
Yeah, we enjoyed it, but it kind of ended, I don't know, it was just not as nice as when they were downtown. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, it was a little disappointing from that. Compared to last year, it was found a little lacking.
Yeah, it lasted slightly longer than Fuquay, and of course, you know, I guess there was a little bit longer finale maybe, but I don't know, Don said he thought maybe something went wrong with the show at the very end, and that's possible because, you know, it's all automated.
It never was smooth the whole time they were doing it.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
It was always a pauses, and then a couple more, and then a pauses, and a couple more.
I'll know how happy I am when I look at my photos. That'll let you know. And when I speed it up like last night's video where it's running at 5 times the normal speed and they're just going boom, 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 then we'll appreciate them. Well, we did pretty good getting out of PNC Arena. It only took us 20 minutes. Don knows how to be aggressive when he needs to be to get out of parking lots, and I think the story for the day is if everyone would just interleave and play nice, it would go faster.